I was born into a story where it was more of a world, I would like to say a system, based on fear, trepidation, tyranny, anger, violence, madness. There was a chemical assault on the community at the time. There was weapons being flown in and dropped on us from all corners of the earth. I mean, it was just a situation where you would look outside and see proverbially a war zone. And on this day, it was June 30th of 1996, we went down to a convenience store, and we entered the convenience store fully intoxicated with the intent to rob this place. So after we entered the place, I had a bat. My friend had a gun. It was a janky gun. It had like 2 or 3 bullets in it and stuff like that. But it was enough to give us the self-esteem to feel like we can go in here and get what we want. So when we went in there, he's at the register demanding what he wants, and there's a bunch of patrons in the store that I'm robbing individually with this baseball bat. So anyway, I didn't know what was actually going on behind me, but my friend was getting so heated with this exchange with the cash register that the gun went off. How, why, I don't know. I just heard the yelling, then I heard the gun go off. When I heard the gun go off, I turned around and looked, and by the time I turned back, one of the patrons that I was robbing had retrieved his firearm and was brandishing it, pointing right at my face. And before I can, show him that I surrender, I give up, he already shot. When he shot, I just blacked out. And next thing I remember, my friend was over me telling me, "Hey man, get up." And I'm looking at him like, what am I doing down? So by the time I closed my eyes again and I opened them back up, he was down on the ground. He had his eyes open looking at me. So now I'm kind of shaking him like, "Hey, get up." And he's not responding, but his eyes is open. At this point, it's like sheer adrenaline just took over. It's like I got up off the ground, I'm shaking him, but I'm also looking around the store. There's people running around the store, yelling and screaming, and I just start to back out the store. At this time, I got a gunshot to the wound, blood is flowing down my shirt, and I just start walking out of there. I'm kind of like, something is pushing me. I can't say what it was, but now I know that it was God, it was Allah, who was behind me, he was with me, absolutely, because there was no way that I should have the strength up under heavy intoxication. At the age of 13, 14, suffered a gunshot wound to the face, lost massive amounts of blood, and was able to walk down to the corner where I eventually passed out and was taken to the hospital. So while in prison, I began to look into Islam as a religion. And not just as a religion, but a way of life that would lead me back to something of truth. And that's what I found myself doing. I found myself originally studying just general pamphlets that I found around the yard and stuff like that, because there was no established curriculum inside of the prison. And it wasn't until nearing the end of my sentence that I started to see systems or people from the outside start to want to link to the inside. And one of these groups specifically was the group out of Orange County called Linked Outside. These brothers, spearheaded by one of our brothers named Jesse, who's penetrating these penitentiaries, been doing it for a while. Spiritual purification, and he really changed the culture, but it just wasn't him. He brought in his team, which is Amin, and just a host of other good brothers and sisters as well, that ultimately began to connect to us in that humanistic way, because we really needed family. We just didn't need a bunch of words and books and pamphlets. We needed human beings, and these people were sacrificing themselves, breaking down these barriers to come into this prison and make contact with people who were considered to be unencourageable or incorrigible, or just something that you should leave alone. And that's what ultimately what Linked Outside did, was they restored humanity, or a window for humanity for the prisoners. Plans now is to take this show on the road. I mean, just to take the Islamic concept and ideology and go back into the community and see how I can implement it in doses and in places, and ultimately just use that philosophy of each one teach one, because the community that I come from is in a crisis, and they're at a critical state, either on the left or right. So this is where my work begins, and this is where I believe Allah has equipped me to deal with this situation.
We are a Muslim-based prison outreach organization, and since 2010 we've been serving the educational, moral, and spiritual needs of incarcerated men and women across this country. Since we started, we've been sending out thousands and donating thousands of books and letters to inmates across 15 different states. I want to really ask you to donate and to help out as much as you can. Anything that you donate is going to be going towards helping somebody change their life around.
It's a personal obligation upon every single person, upon the entire Muslim community, that they need to get together and someone needs to do this work.
Support Link Outside. Support this wonderful cause.